What's going on, Canes fans? We have got ourselves a very special guest in the 2023 class, four-star defensive end Wilky Denad out of John Carroll High School. How you doing today, sir?
I'm good. Yourself?
Doing great, doing great. Thank you for giving us a little bit of your time to do this interview. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Well, the last that I saw, you were listed at 6'3", 230 pounds. Is that accurate?
No. I'm way
What are you
bigger
listed?
now. Right now I'm at 6'4", about 245.
Okay. And saw recently, like I had mentioned in the intro there, that you were ranked as a four-star on 24/7. How did that feel? How did it feel to be honored with that four-star ranking?
I mean, everyone goes up saying they want to be the 4-star, 5-star. I mean, it's kind of like unreal to actually have it and say that I'm a 4-star. Soon to be a 5-star, putting in more work. That's the goal.
I love that attitude where you're appreciative of the 4-star, but you're gunning for that 5th star. I love that attitude, man. What are you working on this off season? What do you really want to improve on in your game the most?
I would just say getting my footwork better, stands, because a lot of teams that know me start to pick up on my technique, change it up.
Well, how did this last
moves.
Oh, sorry about that. What'd you say? Sorry.
Different pass rushing moves.
How did this last season go for John Carroll?
Well, at first we started off pretty good. We were held to one loss in the regular season. It's a really tough team. They just had it more than us. They wanted it more than us. But then we took them. Our team went all the way to regional finals. Lost to a really good team. Also, Trinity Catholic ended the season 11-2. Made it all the way to regional finals. So I'll say we did pretty good.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you guys definitely had a really good season there. Let our fan base know what were your stats that you put up this last season?
My stats, I had 9 sacks, 12 tackles for loss, and 56 tackles.
Okay.
It might be a little bit on-off. I don't have this thing right at my hands.
Oh, it's okay. No worries. We just like to at least give fans an idea, at least of what kind of stats you're putting up. So I appreciate that. What's your goals for John Carroll this upcoming season? Is it championship or bust this time, or what?
I like to be back at regional finals, maybe states. That's always the goal. Everyone wants to be in that state championship game. I mean, no one likes to lose. Maybe come undefeated this season. That's really it for me.
Do you have any personal goals that you would like to reach this next season? Any statistical goals?
Oh, every season I really set myself to do better than I did the last season. So my freshman year, I think I had 42 tackles. I was up quite a few bit this season. My number I have set in my head right now is to get maybe 70 tackles this season, just to push it out there. Because I can put a small goal and but that's my goal.
Okay, I got you. What type of player are you? How do you describe your game? Are you physical? Are you a smart player? What kind of game does Wilkie Denad offer?
I mean, I'm kind of both. I know when it's when it's right to do something, but then also if I need to get my hands dirty, I can get in there and make something shake inside or out. So I play the end, defensive tackle, nose. I'll play it all.
One thing I noticed about your tape, your game film, that really stood out to me that was really impressive was your ability to contain the edge in the run game and affect that, and not only contain that edge, but to make the tackle on the running back. It seems to be that you really have a nose for that. Is that something you have a lot of pride in?
Yes, I take very much pride in all of that.
It's one of those things with a lot of defensive ends, especially young ones coming up, pass rush is kind of everything. And sometimes the run containment is a little bit forgotten sometimes. So I'm glad to see that you're focusing on that. That's great.
Yes.
What kind of weight room stats are you currently putting up right now?
Well, I'm a multiple sport athlete, so I never had the time well, like I get in the weight room, I just don't have the time to put up those big numbers just because I have to stay healthy for my other seasons. But I believe the last time I maxed for squat, it was 440, and then for bench, it was like 275. But that was this season because I was trying to manage it with my other sports. But pre-quarantine, I was hitting 300 bench and 450 squat.
Okay, impressive, man. Really impressive. So you say you play other sports. What other sports are you involved in?
I play basketball and I do track.
Okay, that's interesting. Defensive end in track. What meets do you perform in track?
This season I did the 100, the 4x1, and then my main one, shot put, went all the way states this year, actually.
Dude, very impressive, very impressive. And what do you play in basketball?
I play the 4 and the 5, power forward center spot.
How do you feel that playing these other sports might have possibly helped you in football?
Most definitely the endurance, keeping me in shape throughout the off season, helping me with my feet, hands, hips, all the agility work. Then also getting the strength out of the shot put and track.
Well, one thing that definitely stands out that I know the Miami staff, I'm sure, loves is how athletic you are. And I don't know if you've seen it Miami recently, but the prototype at defensive end is kind of, the leaner, stronger, faster, more athletic type. And that really fits your profile. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
What, I know you're a 2023 kid and it's pretty early for you, but what coach have you been in contact with at Miami so far?
This season I haven't really been in contact with them just because like everyone wants to like follow like the NCAA rules, but like my coach does tell me that they are always asking about me.
That's great, man. That's great. Have you been on Miami's campus before?
No, not yet, but I do have plans to go this summer.
Now, with you playing defensive end, Miami just put 2 defensive ends in the first round in the NFL draft. Just kind of curious, like, what do you think about that when you hear a team that just did that, that's recruiting you to play the same exact position?
I mean, that's what my goal is, and that's where I want to see myself at. So if they are already doing that right now, that's something I want to be able to do. And I'm seeing them do this. It gives me a lot of hope that they can maybe form me into the player that I need to be to get into that first round pick.
Definitely. I love that answer, man. What is the most important thing for you when you're looking at a college? What stands out to you? Coaching, relationships, a winning background, or the ability to get to the NFL? What stands out to you?
Most definitely the ability to get me to the next level after college is obviously pros. And then just being able to come in and build a relationship with the teammates, the coaches, be able to fit in, feel like a family, like I left it at my high school.
Do you have any favorite players that you like to watch and mold their game after? Guys that you really want to study their film and kind of play like them?
Most definitely J.J. Watt and Aaron Donald. They're one of the most athletic, strong, fast, also being the man on the team. They can do it all.
I mean, that's the best of the best the NFL's had to offer for the last decade, pretty much. I mean, J.J. Watt and Donald are the dominant players on the defensive line. Aaron Donald is a player that really stands out to me, and I'm glad you mentioned him. What is it about Aaron Donald's game that you really admire?
Just his ability to change up his moves. He has multiple moves. If someone is able studying his one move, he's able to pull out another move and beat them with that. He has a lot of passing rushing move sets that I usually like to admire and study before a game. Helps me out.
Have you watched any of his off-season training videos by any chance?
I watched a few of them. They're sometime on YouTube they pop up. I watch those.
Did you see the hand training technique he does with the knives?
The knives, yes. I've watched that.
That was pretty wild, man. That was pretty wild. I'm glad you saw that, dude. It kind of speaks to how dedicated Donald is about his craft, you know? Do you have any off the field hobbies that are outside of sports? Anything that you like to do, or are you just sports 24/7?
I mean, recently I used to I used to have a little car wash business. I used to do it on my own. But as of right now, I've been pretty much locked in with sports. I also do travel basketball, so that takes up majority of my weekends when I'm not doing off-season football workouts, spring training, or track. So there's never an open spot for me.
Man, you sound like you're busy all the time. You know what? I'm actually kind of curious. How old were you when you started doing the car wash?
I really started taking it serious, like I would say last year, so probably 15.
For you to have that mindset already and to have that initiative and want to take those kind of steps forward, I mean, it's admirable, man. It really is, honestly. And I'm sure that the Canes staff, when they know that kind of stuff about you, it's going to make them admire you as well. I don't doubt it. Is there anything that interests you in school, things that you like to study or things that you might want to consider studying in college?
I've always had a business point of view. I always look at business stuff. That's something I like to look at. I also, like, me and my dad talk about stocks and cryptocurrencies, all that. So I've been learning a little bit about that stuff with him. So maybe like business.
I'll tell you what, man, Miami's got a very, very strong business program. That's for sure, man. There's a lot of guys that have come through that school and had a lot of success in multiple areas. I mean, all kinds of areas, honestly. Wilkie, man, I just really wanted to thank you again, dude, for taking the time to come on, get the fan base a little bit more familiar with who you are, and really, you know, let us know what to look out for and who Wilkie Denad really is, man. I just really appreciate you giving me that time.
Oh, no problem. Anytime.
You have a good day. I'll talk to you soon.
You too.
We're back here with another special recruit. We've got 4-star 2023 offensive tackle Samson Okunlola from Thayer Academy in Brockton, Massachusetts. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. How you are?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for, you know, giving us a little bit of time, and thanks for jumping on. It's great to let our fan base know what kind of, you know, what our recruits are really thinking and what they got going on.
No problem.
The last I saw, you were listed at 6'6", 295. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's accurate.
Okay. You know, and I also saw you were recently ranked, you know, the 24/7 Sports 2023 rankings, the #1 player overall in Massachusetts. How did that feel to be ranked as the best player in your state?
It always feels good to be like they show love on the rankings, but at the end of the day, the rankings really don't really matter at the end of the day. Which is good to feel, but at the end of the day, it really don't matter to me. I'm just trying to play football, work hard, and go to good school.
It sounds great, man. I mean, staying humble through this process is only going to be a benefit to you. Trust me. I mean, you know, not letting your emotions get too wild into it. You know, not letting them get over your head. Yeah, you got the right approach, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta say, you have got one of the dopest nicknames I've ever heard. How did you come up? How did you get the nickname Pancake Honcho?
So I was just like, I don't know, just like my brother. His nickname is the Last Edge Bender, and I was just like, one day I was like, I need a nickname. And I was just like, I get pancakes, and Honcho means like king and whatever. So I was like, Pancake Honcho. And like my freshman year highlight video was name was Pancake City. So I was like, he needs a king, so Pancake Honcho right there.
Man, I love it. And that freshman tape you got, it completely speaks to your nickname Pancake Honcho. I mean, you were just knocking defenders straight on their butts, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
So what have you been focusing on lately? You know, what do you really want to work on the most to help take your game to the next level?
I'm working on staying consistent in my technique, just having overall, just really focusing on my technique, not really going on speed, just getting everything right, getting my hands like better, just getting my hands where I can get my hands like heavy hands in a sense, and staying square hips when I'm making my sets, and just making like better decisions like in the run game. Just bringing up my football IQ, watching more film, pretty much. I'm working on everything right now, honestly.
Do you feel that you're better as a run blocker right now or as a pass blocker?
I say I'm good at both, honestly. Like I'm excel pass blocker, but I can also run game too. Like I'm strong. I know techniques for run game, and just like I say I'm good at both.
That's great to hear, man. I mean, to have that all around game is so important now, you know, in the versatility in general, just in football on both sides of the ball, just is an amazing thing to have.
Yeah, it is.
How long have you been playing the sport of football?
I'm playing since I was around 8. I played 8. I played for there's one league in my city. Then I switched over to Pop Warner football. Then I got up to high school and I just kept on playing.
Have you always been an offensive tackle?
Yeah, I've always been on the offensive line. As soon as I get to high school, I started playing a little bit more defense, but I've always been O-line.
How long now have you been, you know, at this 6'6" height, you know, pushing 300 pounds? How long have you been this big now?
I've been 300 since I was like 8th grade. I was heavy 8th grade. I've been like 300 since I was 8th grade, but I was like 6'3", 6'4", 8th grade, so I was kind of big. And so I've just been there since I was 8th grade, yeah.
Okay, because you know I see a lot of guys when they hit certain growth spurts, or if you know weight comes on too quick, they lose athleticism. And I've noticed that you haven't lost any athleticism at all. In fact, you kind of strive athletically, and that's kind of why I was curious just to see how long you've been playing at this size, because it's noticeable. I mean, you really stand out on tape. It's really noticeable.
I'll say wrestling really helped in my athleticism. Like wrestling, if I didn't have wrestling right now, I'd probably not be as athletic as I was right now. So wrestling really helped me like control my body and like just stay athletic, still being like around 300.
Okay, wrestling. That's interesting. I've seen that benefit guys in the trenches so often. Was that something that you feel truly is going to benefit you going forward, especially since you didn't have football this last season?
Yeah, wrestling really benefited me. Like this year, I didn't have a football season, but I did have like wrestling workouts, and like honestly, wrestling just brought my game to another level. Like you could really see the improvement from where it was before wrestling season and after wrestling season. My whole body was a change, and just like wrestling just really improved my body.
What's the goals for Thayer Academy this coming season? Playoffs or bust? Championships or bust? What do you got in mind?
I'm just hoping that we can get a good season. Like great boys, there's some great boys coming in to school. I'm hoping that we have a good season where everyone stays together. It's like a good season. I really don't put too much expectations on, but I really just like every game should be a dogfight. Everyone should be working every game. Practice should be like business meetings. We just business.
Man, I love to hear it. Love to hear it. What are you pushing in the weight room right now? You know, what are some of your weight room stats?
I really don't be maxing too much, so I really don't know my numbers right now. So I really couldn't tell you. I just be I just be repping a little bit. Like I could push 225, probably like 10 to 12. Yeah, around there. I really couldn't tell you my others right now, but yeah.
Okay. Do you have an ideal weight that you'd like to be playing at right before you get to college?
I say maybe 300 flat. 300 flat, yeah, 300 flat, I'd say.
Okay, sounds good. I think your frame and in the length that you have, you'll be able to carry that 300 pounds really well, and you'll be really productive at that weight as well.
Yeah.
Now, it sounds like to me that you had yourself a big time performance April 11th at the Ohio Under Armour camp. Since then, you've gotten offers from schools like Ohio State, Florida, Ole Miss, USC, Notre Dame, plus more. How has it felt to get attention from some of the biggest schools in the nation?
Oh, it feels like a blessing. It feels great. It just feels great to be getting noticed by schools. It just feels like a blessing. That's all I really could say. It feels like a blessing.
If you had to describe your game to somebody, how would you describe, physical, smart? What do you really have pride in your game?
I'll say my game, I'll just say you're gonna get a raw dog athlete who's just gonna be physical, but also have great technique. I'm a technician, and where I'm just gonna like really analyze my game. You're just gonna get a dog who's gonna show up every play to fight the dog fight. So I'm just gonna show up and just be a dog.
Man, it's on your tape. I mean, it's evident. It's right from the beginning when you watch your tape, actually. I mean, you are a dog. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Your brother, we talked, you spoke about him earlier here. Your brother is a very talented defensive end himself. He's in the 2022 class. He's got offers from schools like Clemson, Georgia, Michigan, Oregon State. He's even got some Ivy League schools that are going after him. What kind of advice has your brother Samuel been able to give you that helps you in your own recruitment?
He just keep working, Like at the end of the day, you just want to strive to get better as a player and also a student, because like he's Ivy League, he's also like a good student. Just get better as a student and just keep on networking, keep on posting videos on Twitter, because I didn't have a season, so just keep working.
You personally, what are you really looking for in a college? Is it, relationship with coaches? Is it a winning background? Is it NFL development? What really stands out to you that you want to be part of in college?
I'm really looking just for a school who's gonna help me grow as an athlete, but also as a student and also as a person, to help me evolve and do better in life. Also a school where it has a good community where everyone's just working and working. It's just like also a school that has like great education where it's gonna like help my major when I figure out what my major is gonna be. And school that has like modern coaching, teaching, like coaches are invested to their players, they're teaching good techniques. That's really about it.
Do you have any current favorite players right now, or guys that you just love to study their game film, things that can help you improve as a player?
In the NFL, yeah, like some old heads like Joe Thomas, and like some new ones like Jedrick Wills, Mekhi Beckham with his strength, and there's one dude on the Saints too, and the Cowboys, all these awesome tackles, yeah.
Okay. I've also noticed while I've been doing some research on you here, and it seems to be something that's heavy in your family in general. Academics are a very important thing to you. Is there anything in college that you'd like to study? Is there anything that even you might be getting into now that might be working your way towards what you want to study in college?
I haven't really like figured out my major. Really, I've been figuring out for the past couple of months is like what am I going to major in. I've been just trying to like figure it out, looking up new stuff like we can get odd majors and stuff. But I haven't really like decided yet and figured it out.
Do you have any hobbies outside of football? Anything that you're passionate about?
Honestly, I don't really have too many hobbies. I would say I might do a little bit of pottery in school. That's what I would say. But it's really just been football and school, I could say.
Okay. Yeah. You are definitely the first recruit I've talked to that mentioned pottery. I can honestly say that, man. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of pottery in school. It's been honestly pretty fun.
That's great. And I'm actually kind of curious, is there anything in pottery as far as, how calm you have to keep your hands, or even maybe hand strength at times, any technique in that might help you as an offensive tackle?
Like if I really, really want to relate it, maybe like pottery, you have to probably like control of your body, control of your hands. I'd say you have to be controlling over your hands. You mess up a little bit, you mess up your pots. I'd say so having control of your body is also having good control in football too. You want to have full control of your body, so that could be helpful.
I appreciate you answering that, and I'm sorry if I caught you a little off guard there, but it was just such a unique answer when you brought up pottery, and it was something that I wanted to make sure I didn't just kind of dive past, to make sure that there might be something hidden in there that you can work with,
No problem, yeah.
Well, Samson, man, I just want to thank you again for taking this time to jump onto the scoop with us and to answer some of these questions. I mean, you are a truly phenomenal player on the offensive line. the sky's the limit for you. I'm expecting these 2023 rankings. You're just going to keep climbing and climbing. You're going to stay humble as well, which is only going to add to your success. So just thank you again for coming on. And like I said, man, the sky's the limit for you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for reaching out for the interviews. Thank you for all. Thank you.
No problem, man. No problem. We definitely like to touch base with you again.